Welcome to Season 4 of the Grambling State Dynasty. After a disappointing end to the last season, our Tigers return ready to make some noise in the SEC. Up first, though, a tough matchup with the 22nd ranked SMU Mustangs. First quarter action, Charlie Brooks takes the sweep right, cuts inside, and stumbles to a 9-yard gain. Next play, Brooks finds a hole on the left, squares up, and picks up another 10 yards. Then Phil Austin drops back, scrambles to his left, but gets tripped up by Harrison Lovelace for a 9-yard loss. Later in the drive, fourth down, Austin with the deep drop and lobs it to the outside for C. Tizzle for an 8-yard gain. Few plays later, Austin goes back to the air and he hits Bradford across the middle and he fights forward for 10 yards. 2 plays later, Austin with the deep drop, and here comes the pressure. Noah Spears gets to Austin for the second sack on the day. Then on 3rd and long, Austin looks to go back to the air. He scrambles left, and he's looking to go deep into the end zone, but is picked off by Guy Robinson. Mustangs take over. SMU comes out driving. Upshaw drops back and throws it quick to Pettigrew for a 6-yard pickup. Then Upshaw with the 3-step drop and connects with the big tight end again, and he picks up 11. But then the G-Men defensive line gets going. Upshaw tries to sneak out, but Marvin Goff is there for the sack. Then on 3rd and 6, Medlock takes the delay up the middle, finds some space, and gains 12 yards. Next play, Upshaw drops back, steps up in the pocket, throws it across the middle, but is picked off by Jermaine McConnell. The cornerback jumps the route. GSU takes over. Tigers look to capitalize. Austin drops back, scrambles right, and hits Jordan Paxton for a 7-yard gain. Then CB23 finds some space up the middle. He spins and picks up 14. Next play, Austin goes play action. He scrambles backwards and gets dropped for a 16-yard loss, and the junior quarterback is still down. Phil Austin would be lost for 7 weeks with a strained back. In comes backup Jeremy Higbottom, and his first play, he's picked off by Onu, and the safety brings it back to the 35-yard line. Mustangs look to put some points on the board. Medlock takes the handoff, sheds a carry tackle, gets up the middle, and gains 15. A few plays later, Upshaw drops back, tries to set up the screen, but big Cam Richardson brings the pressure and gets the sack. Second down, Upshaw goes back to the air. He hits Benson across the middle. He turns upfield and gains 10. Mustangs settle for a field goal. GSU takes over, and Charlie Brooks continues to gash the Mustangs, this time for a 10-yard gain. A few plays later, Higbottom drops back and throws a dart to Gunn for a gain of 15. Next play, redshirt freshman Joel Thomas takes the counter right, finds some space, and gains 11. Later in the drive, Higbottom drops back, connects with Edwards across the middle, and check out the moves by the freshman. He turns on the Jets and gets into the end zone. 7-3 Tigers. But SMU looks to respond. Upshaw drops back and hits Bell on the check down for the first. Next play, Upshaw sets up in the pocket. Doesn't like what he sees, so he takes off. The speedy QB picks up 6. On second down, Upshaw tries the option left, but the captain, Josh Carey, is there to lower the boom for a 2-yard loss. Then on 3rd down, Upshaw goes back to the air and connects with Bell for another 7-yard gain. 2 plays later, Upshaw drops back, tries to scramble right, but mama, there goes that man. Big Cam Richardson is there for the second sack on the day. Mustangs forced a punt. Freshman Jordan Paxton is back deep to receive. He starts left, cuts it back right, gets the corner, and the freshman turns upfield and is pushed out after a gain of 33. Tigers look to put more points on the board. Higbottom drops back and throws an absolute dime to Sean Edwards on the sideline for 23. Later in the drive, Charlie Brooks goes up the middle, weaves through traffic, and gains 11. Then 2 plays later, CB23 gets into the end zone. Tigers take a 14-3 lead. But the Mustangs show they have a running game too. Medlock finds a crease and picks up 19 yards. Then the senior back takes the delay left, muscles his way to a 10-yard gain. 3 plays in a row, Medley takes the handoff, sheds a tackle, and gets pulled down from behind after gaining 17. Next play, Upshaw drops back, scrambles out right, sheds 1 tackle, bounces off another, and is off to the races. The senior QB fights for the first down. Then Upshaw shows those wheels again. He scrambles out right, drops his shoulder, and picks up another 12 yards. SMU is 1st and goal. Medlock goes up the middle and picks up 2. Then Upshaw drops back, tries to scramble up the middle, but gets blown up by Josh Carey. Then on 3rd down, Upshaw goes back to the air, tries to scramble out, but gets pulled down short of the goal line. Mustangs set up to go for it on fourth down. Medlock takes the sweep left, and he doesn't get in. The G-Man defense with a great stand. 27 ticks left in the first half. Hickbottom drops back and throws a rope to Cox over the middle for a big gain. 2 plays later, Hickbottom goes back to the air, and he's looking to go deep to Edwards. He comes down with it and is gone. Freshman Sean Edwards goes 75 yards to the house, 21-3 Grambling State. And that would be your score at the half. The defense is playing lights out right now, and Hickbottom is doing a great job filling in. Let's see what happens in the second half. Start of the second half, Upshaw comes out throwing. He connects with Page on the slant for 17. 3 plays later, Upshaw stands tall in the pocket and threads the needle to Bell for 12 yards. Later in the drive, Upshaw back to the air, tries to scramble right, but freshman Jason West is there for the sack. Few plays later, Upshaw with the deep drop, rolls out to his left, and walks into the end zone. 21-10 Grambling State. Tigers take over. Hickbottom rolls right, sets his feet, and throws a gorgeous pass to Joe Thomas, and the freshman picks up 29. Then Hickbottom drops back again and throws a rope to Cox behind the defense. He gets upfield and picks up 24. 3 plays later, Jeremy goes back to the air. He rolls to his right, loads up, and hits Cox for a 9-yard gain. 2 plays later, Brooks gets into the end zone for the second time today. The Tigers extend their lead to 18. But here come the Mustangs. Medlock takes the handoff, goes up the middle, drops his shoulder, and gains 12. Then Medlock takes the sweep right, but the Tigers swarm him, and he loses 4 yards. Second and long, Upshaw from the gun, tries to roll right, but Marvin Goff lays the wood, and it's a fumble. SMU recovers, but the Mustangs would have to punt. Tigers take over. Hickbottom goes play action, rolls to his right, tries to force a pass to Gunn, but is picked off by Johnson. Bad throw by the senior QB. And SMU would look to capitalize. The backup Cook is in. He stands tall in the pocket and throws a rope to Page across the middle. He gains 15. Then Cook drops back again, has tons of time, and finally hits Benson, and he fights ahead for another 15 yards. Few plays later, the G-Men D-line brings the heat. Marvin Goff gets his 3rd sack on the day. On second and long, Upshaw drops back and hits Pettigrew on the slant, and the big tight end fights ahead for 17. Next play, Medlock tries to take the sweep left, but Josh Carey blows him up in the backfield for a 2-yard loss. Mustangs forced to go for it on fourth down. Upshaw looks to throw, but he scrambles out and gets popped by Carey, but gets the first down. 4 plays later, Upshaw rolls left and throws a touch pass in the end zone to Thomas with the toe drag swag. 28-16 GSU. Mustangs would go for 2, but it was no good. Tigers look to pull away. Brooks takes the rock up the middle, gains 11, but he is forced to exit with a knee issue. 2 plays later, Hickbottom drops back, and check out the touch on this pass to route for 23. Later, Hickbottom goes back to the air, connected with Edwards across the middle for the first down. 3 plays later, Hickbottom gets it off to Cox. He gets upfield and picks up 11. Next play, Jeremy drops back and throws a dart to Bradford in the end zone. 35-16 GSU. But the Mustangs keep fighting. Upshaw comes out slinging, hitting Pettigrew on the outside for 12. Then Upshaw with the deep drop, scrambles outright, outruns Maynard, and picks up 15 more yards on the ground. Next play, Upshaw tries to scramble out again, but Rich Maynard makes up for it and gets the sack. Second and long, Upshaw gets those yards right back, hitting Thompson on the sideline for 13. Then on third down, Upshaw with the quick drop, and he hits Benson on the slant for a gain of 17. Few plays later, Upshaw drops back and connects with Bell, and he walks into the end zone. 35-23 GSU. After a Hickbottom interception, Upshaw drops back, and he throws the out late and is picked off by Fred Paris. Grambling State gets the ball back, and the Tigers will put the nail in the coffin. 2 plays later, Hickbottom hits Gunn on the slant, and he gets into the end zone. Tigers go on to win 42-23. Jeremy Hickbottom in relief finishes 18 of 26 for 328 yards, 4 touchdowns, but he threw 3 interceptions. On the ground, Charlie Brooks finished with 17 carries for 107 yards and 2 scores, but he did not return after that hit in the fourth quarter. He would be okay. Out wide, freshman Sean Edwards led the way with 6 grabs for 141 yards and 2 scores. Gunn and Bradford each chipped in with an end zone visit. On defense, welcome to your junior year, Josh Carey. 20 tackles and 2 sacks. Marvin Goff and Big Cam Richardson each had 3 sacks on the day. Maynard, West, and Hodges each chipped in with a sack. In the secondary, Fred Paris and Jermaine McConnell each had an interception. What a win for our Tigers, but concern on campus is QB Phil Austin. In the Tigers In podcast, we'll take a look at his injury and get ready for our tough matchup with Florida this week. Thanks for watching, guys. Make sure you smash that thumbs up button and subscribe if you're brand new. And don't forget, hit those links down in my description. Follow your boy on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at Big C Gat Game. And we'll talk in the Tigers In podcast. Have a great day, guys. 2 fingers in the air. Peace.